Oh, and the winner is... How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. I don't know what's up with the live stream with the chat. You see that? The chat on the screen there is not showing up. I see everybody chatting because I got the chat window open on here on my screen so I can see, but I don't see the chat box. I wonder what's up with the chat box. Doggone thing. It's always something. It's always something. Are we HD? How's it going? Yubi from India. Venkat. How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. Ahoy. Ahoy, ahoy. All right. Happy Sunday. All right. I got to start off with something simple. Works on your end? Oh, the chat, really? Well, what's on the screen? Oh, there it goes. Now it's going. So the updated chat on the screen, it wasn't working. But now it is. Now it says it. And new chats are at the top. I love you. Thank you, Yubi. All right. All right, starting off with something simple that I promised a friend. So, let's see, where are we at? Yeah. So, Black Friday. What do you guys have in mind for Black Friday? Got some ideas? Got some ideas? I told my friend Sky, who's the ZemiSmart rep, that I would share the ZemiSmart page for Amazon. So here you go. I've got a lot of stuff from ZemiSmart. Do you guys have stuff from ZemiSmart? I've got a lot of stuff. They've got some pretty good stuff. I actually have this curtain thing. Did a video about that. Pretty good. Pretty good thing. They've had these for a while. I heard some friends that aren't smart home people talking about these downlights and how much they like them. So that's cool. What else do they have? It looks like they got a new, this is an IR remote thing. I haven't played with this. Cannot support Alexa Echo voice control. Please consider before your order. They have switches that look like Sonoff switches. I've got one of these that's a Sonoff actually too. That, you know, these. Well, it's not exactly like that. That's pretty handy with the plug in there. So, anyways, ZemiSmart, they make good stuff. They make a lot of smart stuff. Most of their stuff runs on Tuya, so it's either compatible with Home Assistant through the Tuya. Integration, or you can flash a lot of it. Probably not all of it, but a lot of it. So I thought they had more than this. Oh, you know what else they've got? Oh, they've got some blinds things. You know what else they have is these. They make some of these too. These crazy stuff. You have non-smart home friends? Not very many. I guess what it was about we were at lunch and it was a couple guys who were starting. Oh, well, one guy, Matt, he's been doing it with me from the beginning, but then he did a few things like that he wanted to do, like his garage door and the LEDs on the house back when we first started a couple of years ago. And then he's just, it runs, it just kind of works. And so he just lets it go, just lets it do its thing. He hasn't really updated it. And then our other friend was just getting into it, just really getting into it. That is funny, Frank. How you feeling, man? Oh, Zunaid getting a TV. What other stuff? What's on the Christmas list, guys? What's on your Christmas list? You know what I want? What I'm going to ask Santa for is a camera. I think I'm going to take the plunge finally and start taking my videos seriously. Home Assistant is making you lazy, Roland? Really? You need to break more things because mine keeps me busy with fixing stuff. Most say to me, just switch the light on. They need to. So way to automate it, man. I want to make a list, and I've got a decent head start, but I want to make a list for people who are starting about what things they like, levels of things, like what's easy and what's hard, and what skills you need for a certain thing and what skills you don't need for other things, and just help the folks that are getting started know what projects to tackle first to learn before they start tackling like the hardest stuff. Like I've had people who have oh, my first project is going to be this really hard thing. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna be painful for you. So maybe start with something simple and work up. Hey, Rob. Just did some troubleshooting for a brother-in-law's home assistant. Awesome. Well, did you fix it? Of course you fixed it. Needed to restart his computer. Oh, man. Happy Sunday, Mr. Floating Head. Just found you a couple weeks ago. Really like your style. Thanks, old fart. I really like how you spell your name. Ye old fart. Awesome. Proper struggling to use light groups in automation here. Week 2. Uh-oh. Light groups, huh? I haven't used groups very much. I probably should. It's my home assistant is embarrassing. It gets the job done for most of what I need, but I don't spend as much time, really fine tuning and making it work just right like I should. Too many other things going on. What is going to let's see. Frank says his Christmas is going to be spent on setting up a full-blown dev test setup, including a new machine with Proxmox. Yes. Man, so excited for having Frank on the Nabu Casa team and having him dedicated full-time to home assistant stuff. Holy cow. That'll launch us into the next stratosphere for sure. Christmas is too short. There's always Sinterklaas. What is Sinterklaas? Uh-oh. Is that scary? Looking at pulling Home Assistant off my custom NAS and to a dedicated Nook. Probably a good idea, Media Cowboy. Probably a good idea. I want to do a basic setup with Home Assistant on a Pi again, because I'm always trying to think about the new users, and I love my setup with Proxmox on a Nook, but I think about, like Rob was mentioning, brother-in-laws that want to get into it, or my other friends that want to get into it, but they're not maybe going to, my sister people, they're not going to get into doing a virtual machine and trying to, tell the virtual machine to access USB ports and they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it successfully, not without a lot of hand-holding. And so I still think that the Pi, having it all in one thing and super easy like that, is a good way to go. I think, though, there's got to be a good way to get past the SD card failure problems. Definitely the backup, right? Google Backup is a must. That's going to be like when I finally do a new, this is how you set up Home Assistant video at some point in the next maybe 6 months or something. It'll be how to set it up, and then the first thing is going to be how to set up backups for your config. Number 1, because that's the reason that I'm on a Nook now instead of on a Pi still, because Pi 3-month ticking bomb. Uh-oh. Whoops, I thought I had time to watch a stream. Wifey's freaked out about our upcoming vacation. Need to run to the store. See you later. See you, Rob. Thanks for saying hi. Dale got an Ender 3. Awesome. Congratulations. How's it going, Bert? Homebridge on one Pi and Hasio on another. What you can't do is, and the other reason I switched off the Pi is because I was trying to run MotionEye on the Pi, and you can't do all that video processing on the Pi. It slows things down too much. It was decent, but it was too much. If you want to do, for that, I'm gonna do my what I already got myself for Christmas, which was a machine just to run Blue Iris. Hey, baby, you getting your Christmas list? Yeah. Getting the Ender 3 for yourself. A lot of Ender 3s this year. A lot of Ender 3s. Where are you getting them from? Who's got the best price right now? Yeah, you have to change the SD card. Linus Tech Tips. He has some videos about small, powerful boards. Awesome. Oh, is that what Frank's going to do? I missed that part. Are you going to do some... I need a ITX board that can handle an AMD Riz. Oh, wow. Woo. That's all I know from what Frank posted is that's powerful stuff. Does Blue Iris let you use Wise? Does Blue Iris use Wise out of the box, guys? Or do you have to put RTSP on it? We can fire mine up and see. Did you get LEDF works? No, I didn't. So somebody look at Blue Iris real quick and see if you can get Wise cameras right out of the box. I don't think you can. Yeah, needs RTSP. That's a bummer. Out of the box, no, but new firmware, yeah, okay. And then somebody was asking, did I get LEDFX working on the Pi in the end? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What I got was so LED effects on the Pi. I'm glad Frank's here because maybe Frank, you can help me figure out where we went wrong. I can hook mine up. All right, Dr. Strangelove, how's it going? We're gonna do some unicorns. Thanks for subscribing. So LED effects on the Pi. I finally got it to install and got the Python stuff working correctly. I can show you how we did that. But then the problem I still had was the microphone. In fact, I used this microphone. I fixed the animations. That's right. I did. That's why I was a little bit late getting started today. I spent like 15, 20 minutes reconfiguring things so that they show up in the right place on my 1080 display instead of the 4K. And anyways, but yeah, so that was where I ran into trouble. Frank and you other Linux experts, I ran into trouble getting the Pi to connect to the microphone on the USB. I guess I can't do that with this. But I could get, like I went into the Pi and I used Audacity to just test and see if the microphone was, being recognized by the Pi, and it was. I could get audio to show up in Audacity, but in LEDFX, couldn't get it done. And then the other thing I tried with LEDFX that did not work was the Android app. Has anybody tried the Android app? It looks completely different. It doesn't work. It doesn't look the same at all. All right, Fergbot. Fergbot gets the where squirrel. I don't know why, just because. When am I coming to UK on the holiday, Dave? I don't know. I might next year. I'm gonna see if I can work out something. Maybe what I need to do is do a big Europe tour around the State of the Union next November. That would be cool. So, new voice assistant and home assistant are required to have mic and speakers to work. It doesn't have to have the mic on the computer that it's running on. It has to have the mic on whatever browser you're looking at. So we can look at that real quick because we looked at that last week and it took a minute to get figured out. But what we had to do, let's see, when you go, how did we have to set that up? Oh, we went to the integration, or we went to the add-on. There wasn't anything to do here. So this is about Almond, for those of you that were wondering what we're doing. I'm like, am I not on the beta anymore? Anyways, new version found of Almond. Oh, let's update it. So this is Almond. Almond was this new voice control thing that Paulus talked about at the State of the Union. And what I ran into, you're supposed to just be able to hit this. And it says Home Assistant didn't hear anything. And up here, see that? This page has been blocked from accessing your microphone. I want to use a different microphone, actually. Let's use... Why is it not letting me pick a different microphone? I want to pick one of these microphones. If I pick mine, I'm afraid it's going to steal this. Anyways, you can pick your microphone here, and then you have to you don't want to continue blocking it. You want to use it or hit manage here, and then you can select something. So that's where I ran into trouble. So, but it worked eventually. Doesn't seem to be working right now, but I'm not going to use it, so it's okay. Oh, that was the trick. You had to be using HTTPS. That's right. That was the trick. So I'm going to move my... That was the trick. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, Ash. Yeah, so you have to be using HTTPS in order for that to work, for the Almond to work. You don't have to use Nabukasa. You can use it with, yes, thank you, Frank. You can use it with DuckDNS or Nabukasa. That's right, Zoltz. That's right. Has anybody been playing with Almond? Has it been working well? You liking it? I haven't done anything with it. I've been really busy with other things. My home assistant hasn't been played with much this week. What are you going to be using for your Christmas light show this year? X lights? Yeah. Yeah, that's my plan. I got X lights to the point where I've got my layout set up so that I've got lights where they need to be on the house. All right, Carl Best, thanks for subscribing. Yeehaw! It has improved quite a bit already. Awesome. So almond is getting better already, Frank? Is that what you're saying? Sweet. Nicholas says, my current path is to go MQTT instead of Z-Wave ZigBee for lights. But that still doesn't solve the if my Wi-Fi goes out point of failure. Proxmox and Home Assistant. Awesome, Valcob. That's cool. And I know, thanks, Jesse, for subscribing. And I know somebody, was it Whiskers put in, or did something with a LXC, right? And a Home Assistant install that way, Hasio install that way. Supposed to be better for resources and such. Sounds awesome to me. Speaking of ZigBee, though, I want to talk about ZigBee. Did you guys all see Superhouse TV's ZigBee video that he did about the Sonoff ZigBee device? Because he did a fantastic summary for people like me who, I mean, I had like a decent understanding of what it is and such, but I loved his explanation of it. Where's he at? Where's it 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 at? Look when he had hair. Such a young pup. Here it is. Superhouse Sonoff Basic ZB R3. I'm going to pop this link in the chat for everybody that hasn't seen it. So one of the things that he talks about that I think is really cool is that the ZigBee's we use a lot of Wi-Fi devices for smart stuff, right? A lot of light switches and a lot of everything, sensors and all this stuff. It's all, a lot of it, almost everything I use is Wi-Fi. But the point that Jonathan makes is that Wi-Fi is not really designed for that. It's designed for doing bigger things and more, like sending a lot more information, streaming movies and that kind of stuff. And ZigBee is written or is made to be more lightweight. Like, you still are on Google Wi-Fi? Yeah, I am. What's that mean? Oh, you mean for my routers, Frank? Yeah, still on Google Wi-Fi. But anyway, ZigBee is made for doing the smart home stuff. So it's really just, oh, cool. Uncle Kratos, thank you. Been using your tutorials to get some Tasmota stuff and Home Assistant up and running on a VM. Thanks for your vids. You're welcome. I don't know why she didn't announce that. Usually I get an announcement. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. Anyway, so it made a lot of sense to look more into ZigBee. And I got one of the ZigBee Sonoff modules. Let me turn on my webcam for a second. It looks just like the Sonoff Basic. There's not really any difference. Jonathan shows it on his video way better than I ever would. But it's got a different chip, so don't think about putting Tasmota or anything like that on it. But the trouble, unfortunately, was that it's not recognized by the Combi and decons, which is too bad. How does that work, Frank and you guys? Does when something like decons and the Combi 2, do they have to do something to actively bring in specific device communication? Is it protocol, or what's the right term? Because I think if I was really excited about this, thinking, man, this is a way to get probably the cheapest ZigBee switch you're ever going to find. I mean, they're still selling these for only $8, just like their other normal, well, pretty much their other normal. Dresden can add more specific devices. Ooh, what's Dresden? Is that the... It can work? It should work. Huh, let's try it again. Let's try it again, because I could not get it to work. I'll put this back on so nobody screams at me for shocking myself. I would like to have... Oh, where'd the button go? can't touch the button. I must have broke the button off. Whoops. Broke the button off. What about channel of ZigBee, which Sonoff uses? I don't know, Silent Pickle. Is there different channels? So yeah, I still got a lot to learn about ZigBee. It works with Nortec USB ZigBee. I just broke the... This was my only one, too. Oh yeah, there's parts falling out. When I snapped this cap back on, I broke it. Oh dear. Oh yeah, there goes the button. Button parts. Yeah, well. ZigBee doesn't use different channels. Okay, Z-Wave does. All right. Been a great help. Thank you, Thomas. You're welcome. Check the Discord discussion on DrZzs server at Proxmox forums. Thank you, Zoltz, for pointing them in the right direction. Appreciate that. It's always awesome to have people helping each other. Yes, ESP now. Dying for the devs to get this working and easy to implement. You know what? Jason's talking about ESP now. That's something that Tony, good old Tony Lamont, has been working on forever. He sent me devices with ESP now on them like, wow, a year and a half ago. And I worked with him briefly and didn't go very far. Just too many things. But it does seem like a great idea. Pasted a screenshot in Discord. I'm loading it up, my brother. Loading it up. What do we got here? Oh, you did get it to work. Okay, so it does work. I must have just done something wrong. That's fantastic. That's great. That's super, super, super good news. Super, super good news. Now, you're not going to be able to do other things with it. So this, if we get this working like a light switch, you're not going to be able to add, I love you, baby. We're not going to be able to add like other sensors or external switches. You'll probably just have to use the switch off of this, I would think. I'll poke around with it and see, but I like the idea of having, a super cheap ZigBee switch. And I don't think you're going to find a cheaper switch than this. I was looking around to see, is there like a generic ZigBee module that we could use to program or connect things to? Or is anybody writing firmware for, whatever crazy chips these are? Maybe they're different chips all the time. I don't know very much at all about how ZigBee works. I know very little. Like I said, the best I know is from what Jonathan taught me. Easy to fix, don't worry. Yeah, I'll just solder something else on there. It's okay. It's all good. Pop it back together. I think I just need to press it back on there, right? Whatever. It's not the first one I broke. I usually just bypass that anyways. I want to build a ZigBee to MQTT stick as well. I think that'll be good. What would be the benefit of using ZigBee versus Z-Wave? ZigBee, tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but ZigBee is much more open protocol. I don't know if open source is the right word, but the ZigBee Z-Wave is very proprietary and expensive, and ZigBee is, what do they call it? There's a coalition, or what are they calling it? ZigBee Alliance, yeah. ZigBee Alliance. Yeah. There you go. Good, I got it right. I always like when I say something and then Frank says like almost the same thing. I think, okay, good, I got it right. Yeah, not fully open, but it is more accessible, and a lot of different device companies can use it. Where Z-Wave is pretty much just them. They're pretty much, if you're in Z-Wave, that's all you can do. So that's what's really nice about ZigBee is you can use something like the decons, like I have. You can use the ZigBee to MQTT, like somebody was talking about. You can use, most people just use She Who Shall Not Be Named, or a lot of people, the new Smart Hub, which is actually something like if you wanted to get something for, like mom or grandma or girlfriend or something, and start to do some smart home stuff. If it's not somebody who's going to do, really get into, is it called the Pro? I can't remember. Yeah, Plus. If it's not somebody who's going to really get into Home Assistant, which of course is what most of us love, I would really, like if my sister wanted to do, she said, oh, I want to have more light switches and stuff. I'd say get this, because this has a ZigBee hub in it. It has a ZigBee hub in it. So you can control ZigBee stuff. This is what Jonathan used on his video as well to talk about it. So this would be, I think, for beginners, or for somebody who's not going to want to get in and do their own tinkering with stuff, just a simple hub like this, just the Echo Plus. It's not bad. It's not bad for them. Problems lately with compatibility. Oh, is that right? Pod race or podars? Podars? Podars. I'm going to say pod race. Is that okay? Hey, Tim. But all those companies end up making ZigBee their own. Well, something like Decons or ZigBee to MQTT seems to be able to get most specific manufacturer devices in there working with it. You know, we can go back and try this again. I don't know if I can do it without the button broken. Do you think I can? Just joined, but as ZigBee goes, I've done quite a bit of success with IKEA and Xiaomi products with Decons. Great, Jane. I've loved my Xiaomi stuff with the Decons. Loved it. In fact, for the first time in a long time, I bought devices with my own money. That's not true. I do buy things with my own money. There's not always people sending me stuff. But I did buy like the Xiaomi temperature sensors. They work so well, and I wanted to improve the temperature coverage in our house. So that's what I got. When I make a tutorial for white LED strips and ESP Home, what you looking for? Gulkatin? What you looking for exactly? You're looking for like RGBW, just plain W, just on off. You're looking for them to dim, probably. I can't promise yet I'll get anything out anytime soon about that specific thing. If you want them to dim, which is probably, I'm guessing what you're asking, that little silver round thing, you drop it in, bend it up, you can push it in the pin you have. Drop it in face, which way? Drop it in. Top of the round thingy up. We're doing repairs today. We're doing Sonoff ZigBee repairs today. Remember to hit the like button, guys. Thank you, Seamus. 12 DATs. DATs. What's a DAT? Do I say DAT? 12 days of Christmas plan-wise. Good question. Oh, it sucks to break it. Yeah, it does. What should we put on the 12 days of Christmas list, fellas? What do you want to do? So 12 days of Christmas for anybody that wasn't around last year, which is probably a lot of you. I'll do right leading up to Christmas. I'll probably do the last stream either Christmas Eve or the day before, and I'll do 12 streams. And last time I think I did it in about 14 days, but we'll just crank out a bunch of streams like every day. 12 streams of Christmas. That's right. So I had a lot of fun doing it. Really, I had a lot of fun. Definitely some X-Lights. Yeah, we'll definitely do some X-Lights. Hopefully we'll have something before then even, but we'll definitely spend some time on that. Has anyone tried the new Shelly dimmer? Is it any good? I haven't tried it. He was going to send me one. Demontar was going to send me one, but he hasn't yet. Let's see if I can get that back in there with my old man eyes. You want to see what I'm doing? Poking this thing back in there. Oh, that's not so bad. The screwdriver is magnetic, so it's sticking to it. And then I guess I can just push this back on there. Pop these little things. They've got little tabs. Good as new. Look at that. Oh, man. Perfect. Good as new. Thanks, Frank. wLED integrations and Home Assistant updates. Oh, cool. Okay, we'll definitely do some of that. Are there known issues with wLED and Home Assistant not talking, or have I got something set up wrong? I have to send a message a few times to get the lights to turn on or off. Is that the integration, Richard? Using the integration in 102? Frank can probably tell you anything about that. He built the doggone thing. Thanks to him, we have it. How to add effects in automations. I'm using wLED and want to turn on with a specific effect. Okay, so what I would tell you to do in an automation. Okay, you know what? Let's walk through that. Let me think about how to do that. You do it with the payload, right? You do it with MQTT payload. Let's look at configurator. I'm squirrely today. Have you guys noticed? Woo-hoo! Where do I live? States is fine if you want to be private. I am in the States. I am in Utah. All right. So here's what I've done. So here's an automation. I don't remember who was asking now. All right, Quindo's here. How's it going, buddy? Here's an automation that I have. And actually, this is using a decons. Can I zoom that in for you guys? Let me zoom it in. There you go. Nice and big. So this is actually using a decons Xiaomi ZigBee battery-powered push button. So I put a battery-powered push button on the girls in the girls' room, and they both have a strip of LEDs. And it's got a long press and a short press and a double press on that button. So this is T2. So this is the toggle. So this just turns it on. All the views, hit that subscribe. Thank you. Thanks, Quindor. So this sends the T2 command, which is toggle. So this is the long press, and it toggles it on. But if you wanted something specific, you can do, what I would suggest is do it as a preset. So set a preset. You should be able to do that. You've got 16 buttons, plus I think you can go to 25, really, 26 even. So set a preset, and then when you create your automation, and of course I'm not talking about Node-RED. Somebody said Node-RED. I'm not. You have to ask somebody else to do Node-RED for you. But when you set your automation, you'll tell it which playlist to play. So I think it'll look like this, because this one is just doing the next thing on the presets. I said playlist, but I meant presets. This is just doing the next one on the presets. That's what the little squiggly does. But if you wanted to set it to a specific number for your preset, you would just put the number there. Did that make sense? So let's go to the wLED commands page. HTTP request API. This is where you'll find all of these commands and what to put in the payload. So if you do, oh, did I switch off my home system? No, I didn't. So when you set the action for your automation, the action is going to be MQTT publish, and then the topic, this is going to be whatever you have in your LED strip. So when you go to your LED strip and sync interfaces, the topic that you'll need is this. So it'll be whatever you've got in here, device topic. It'll probably be wLED / whatever you put, and then you'll add /API, and that'll be the MQTT topic. And then the payload, you can make the payload any of these commands, anything, and you can separate them. Well, I don't know. Does that work for MQTT? We'll try it. We'll try it and see. You separate them with the and symbol. So instead of a comma or brackets or anything, you separate different commands. If you wanted multiple commands, you could do that. You separate them with the and symbol. But what I've done is just set it up to do play preset, which is here. PL equals, and then whichever number 0 to 25. I think 0 just turns it off. But if you want it to set to a certain preset, you do that here. You could probably do it, where you set the primary color, where you set the secondary color, where you, let's see, is there a way just to set the effect? Probably. I would expect there is. I just don't know exactly which one it's going to be. I guess we can do it this way. We can search. Effect index. So 0 to 73. So this hasn't been updated. Now there's like 81. So, oh, that's FX. Is there another one? Hold on. So it's probably going to be the capital FX, would be my guess. Yeah, there it is. So you would put FX equals and then the number of the effect. So this one has been updated. We need to help them with the docs. So this one's, well, 0 to 79. I still think there's one or two more than this. So you'd put that in place of right here. You could put FX equals and then whatever. And then let's run one and see. if we can do it and put in multiple things. And is there a button? Or use the integration of DLE and just send the effect option to in your automation. Yep, that's true. That's true. See, the integration is still new to me, Frank, so I haven't done that. So if we did that, let's go back to Home Assistant here. If you're using the effect integration, now this thing is huge. That's okay. We can leave it big. It's good for everybody to be able to see it, right? We can go to the developer tools, and I would go to services, and I would say, is it under light, Frank? Light turn on and then something? Light turn on, and then there's going to be effect. Yeah, light effect. So then you'd put light turn on, you'd put the entity ID. And then you could say, I don't even know. I guess I should look here at the entity. These are the ones sitting on my desk here, I think. So we'll put those in. And then you'd have to put, do I have to put data? Do I need to indent and put data? Probably. Well, it'll tell me if I don't, right? Nope, it didn't like that. So then you can put effect, and then you can, is it the name of the effect? So if we just do solid, oh yeah, it worked. It came on. So that's it. Thank you, Frank. That's easy. So forget about MQTT. This is all you need. So I could do just as simply go in here, wherever my home system was, and instead of this service being MQTT publish, it could be service would be light turn on, and then the entity ID, and then effect, whatever you want it to be. Is there, I guess there's not a preset thing in here, right? Not to set the presets. But you can set it to whatever effect you want there too. Awesome. Victor from Portugal. Victor, are you the one that sent me the BH on O-Freeze way back in the day? Hey, we hit 300. All right, let's do this one. I like this one. 301? Man. Since you're on automations, how can you get automations to work when you are anywhere but home? So you want the state to be anything but home? Is that what you're saying? I think I have something like that. I think I have some, and anybody who knows the answer and can get it faster than me. Okay, presets, palettes, and stuff is en route. I knew it would be. That's why I'm still holding off on doing any kind of video about it, because when I played with it, I was like, okay, there's still a couple things missing, so we're gonna hold on. Frank will come through, I'm sure. Yeah, JD's giving you the answer. JD's giving you the answer there, Kevin. I'm trying to remember what I have that's set up that way. Okay, let's see. So this is, I have a condition that says, yeah, here you go. This is what you need. This is what you need, Kevin Costner. So you set your automation for whatever. So here's, I've got a motion detection, send notification, and light. So this one was for a webhook backyard camera motion. If I'm not home, that's the condition. If I'm not home and this webhook is triggered, and this, don't worry about that, whatever the trigger is. If I'm not home, then it sends me the notification. But this is the condition that matters. State, the entity for your device tracker or whoever it is you want to not be home, and then just the state not home. So it'll check then to see, is that the current state? And if the state is something other than not home, well, I guess not home. Yeah, not home will work. What if you're at work? Would that work if you're at work? Because the state wouldn't technically be not home. Stream gone? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, uh-oh. Oh, man. And there goes the stream. Oh, it's back. Oh, jeez. We broke the internet. Now it's low quality. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me see this for 1 second. Very glitchy. Sorry, everybody. So I just asked everybody in the house to turn off YouTube and Netflix and whatever else they might be watching or playing. We can look and see if that's the problem or if it's something else. I'm not seeing anything like dropped frames in OBS. Yeah, no sound. I'll let you. I muted the microphone so I could tell the kids to stop streaming movies because I'm pretty sure that's what was happening. Yeah, it's not dropping any frames or anything. Let's check my internet speed right now. Speed test, speed test. I got sound and 1080p. All right. Dropped to 360. Had to force it back to 1080. This says my upload speed is 263 capital M BPS. That's my download. And upload is 11 capital M BPS. This is cut off. Sorry. Forcing 1080p works fine. Okay, YouTube's fault. Yep, blame YouTube. Blame YouTube. Have you guys heard? We are going so squirrely today. The squirrel's huge now too, by the way. Look how big he is. 144p. Refresh your browser or something, Victor. It should be okay. Auto is broke. I'm getting too popular. Yeah. Well, we lost 3 viewers. Now we're 301. Oh man. Yeah. Try not home, Kevin. Hopefully that'll do the job for you. Because you're uploading, you won't get an accurate reading because you're streaming. Yeah, that's actually the street that it runs like every day, just automatically. It runs a test, and that was the stream from earlier today. So it could be different at this exact moment. Oh, somebody was asking about buttons. Moving to Twitch. I should. Normal again. Might have bandwidth issues. Oh, connection. Yeah, we have no frame drop, Frank. Thank you so much for stepping in and helping me fix that. All that stuff. Yeah, refresh your browsers, everybody. Okay, somebody asked about buttons, and let's talk about the buttons. Somebody said, can you get a button to do that in Home Assistant? And the answer is, heck yeah. And what I would highly recommend, if you haven't used it yet, is the buttons card. And it's not just the buttons card, it's this buttons card. What's the name of this button card? The custom button card. So go to your hacks, your Home Assistant community store. I don't know why I struggled to remember that for a second, but I did. And grab the custom button card. And then when you make a custom, there's a ridiculous amount of things you can do with a custom button card. Ridiculous. But when it comes down to tap action, you can, customize the heck out of the card or the button itself. But then eventually you'll want tap action. And then when you do tap action, it'll look something like this. Call service. And then the service, you can do either the MQTT that I showed, or you can do, like Frank said, and do just the light on if you're using the integration for wLED. So the service would be light.turn-on, and then service data. Then you would put the entity ID, which would be light dot the name of your light, and then effect colon in the name of your effect. And that this button card is fantastic. It's really a useful card. Thank you, Frank, for posting the link to the custom button card. Fantastic. What the heck were we talking about before that? Anybody remember? I don't. Anybody owns a great Wi-Fi or RF button on batteries? Joe, the best battery buttons that I think are going to be the ZigBee and probably the Xiaomi ZigBee buttons. I'd love to hear if anybody else has other ideas, though. But those buttons are going to be, I really like them. They work great on buttons. As buttons, you stick them on the wall or whatever. They can look like a light switch. They can look like a small thing. Mark says, let me get you the Xiaomi buttons for a second though. Just AliExpress, and then this is where I usually get some. Whoa, that girl is not wearing any clothes. Okay. I'm distracted. We were looking for Xiaomi. Yeah. Xiaomi Quora buttons. Thank you, Kevin, for subscribing. Quora buttons. They have tiny buttons like these. These are these mini buttons. So if you wanted a little tiny thing to like stick on your desk or stick underneath something, they're really good for that. Or they have the big ones that look like light switches. That's these. They have 2 switches or just one big switch. And these run on like a little coin cell battery, last forever. The Amazon Dash buttons repurposed. Yeah, Dave, a lot of people are doing that. I don't think you can get those anymore. I think if you're going to find them, you're going to have to find them used from somebody. Hopefully they can get it to you, without charging you too much. So, but yeah, those are good. Talking about Christmas. That's right, Christmas. Let's talk about Christmas. Christmas. Actually, my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, and I love pie. I am very soon going to probably die of overpieation. Tad free from IKEA. Oh, they probably have ZigBee stuff too, right? If you don't already have ZigBee, Amazon Dash buttons work. Yeah, Amazon Dash buttons do work. They have, I think they have an ESP8266 in them, right? Or what is it they have in them? Have you switched now to configurator instead of VS Code? VS Code add-on cleared my whole Home Assistant configuration file. I had to restore it and redo everything. VS Code, I like VS Code. It's just heavier duty. So most of the time, lately, when I've just had to do something quick, I just go to the configurator and Ator because it's just fast. It's lightweight and fast. It doesn't have all of the programming features. You don't get a lot of the autofill and a lot of the very useful things that you get from VS Code. So if I was only going to use, like if I had the option of one or the other only ever, I'd pick VS Code. But since I do a lot of the little tinkering I do, I just do it through Nabu Casa and through the configurator and Ator. It's easy, quick. Dash buttons are really slow though. Xiaomi Aquara is way better. Cool, Kevin. I definitely love my Xiaomi Aquara buttons. Absolutely. Absolutely. That does mean you need a ZigBee hub. It won't just work, straight up with Home Assistant without anything else. You'll need Conbee or ZigBee to MQTT, something like that. Can't pair your unused dash buttons with Home Assistant. No way to pair since Amazon removed the pair functionality. My others still work great. Oh, bummer. Stone Wallace. Was there something about flashing those? I think you can put Tasmota on those or something like that. The Magic Cube is also awesome. Magic Cube is a reason to have a ZigBee hub by itself. I still love my Magic Cube. IKEA remotes are awesome. Oh, cool. Ooh. Check that out. So here's a trad-free. Maybe I need to go get one of these. I should try this. Trad-free. So this is a remote, and is it just a generic ZigBee remote that you can use for all kinds of stuff? That's what it looks like to me. Runs on battery. $15. Man, IKEA is awesome. They're amazing. I need to get more IKEA stuff. That looks pretty good. So there's a nice button for you. Whoever was asking. Still needs a ZigBee hub of some kind or other. Do you have multi-light automations I can show you? How so, Dave? Like you want to turn on multiple lights at the same time, or you want to send the same commands to multiple lights? Are they MQTT lights probably? An accidental spending spree. My wife has those all the time. Get it bundled with the bulb. Oh, cool. Oh, and so if you get, you guys have to tell me this. If you get the IKEA, you got this bundled with the bulb. Generic ZigBee remote, works with decons. You have a few. Nice. Check IKEA. Ooh, Symphonsic. Oh boy, what is that? Oh, this is their speakers. Oh, sound remote. You know what? I was looking at their speakers. Does anybody have any of these? Are these good? Are these Wi-Fi speakers? This or Bluetooth speakers or something? What is this? Because I saw these lamp and a speaker. And then here's buttons, gateway, and sound. What is this stuff? What is this stuff? If you connect them to ZigBee to MQTT, you can use them with everything. Awesome. That's right. That is right. Cool thing about the IKEA remote, it has 5 buttons, 5 pushes, and plus 5 holds, 10 commands on a single remote that costs just $15. That's pretty amazing. You're right. That is pretty amazing. Those are IKEA speakers. They're good. They're awesome. Awesome. Okay, great. You have one. Really, they're basically Sonos. They're a lot cheaper. They're like the Sonos One. Wow, that's a lot cheaper though, right? How much is the Sonos One these days? It used to be. I remember looking at it and thinking, I'm not going to buy that. Because it was too expensive. Yeah, Sonos One is $200. That's crazy talk. Not possible to integrate with Home Assistant. These ones aren't. That's too bad. You know what I was really bummed about recently? Google Home Mini. My Google Home Mini, they don't have a aux port. At least I think the new generation is supposed to have one, right? But the previous generation, the first generation of the Minis, there was no aux port, so you couldn't just plug a cable in and plug it into a speaker. I spent, I'm not kidding you, probably an hour just trying to pair the Google Home Mini to a Bluetooth speaker. They buried the ability to do that so deep in the settings. It took me forever to try and find it and get it to work. And then once I finally got it to work, the speaker went to sleep. And when I turned the speaker back on, it didn't just automatically pair. I would have had to repair it again. But basically I just gave up at that point. I'm not going to repair it every time. So kind of bummed about that. Definitely bummed. That's an advantage of, well, I guess if the new ones have it, great. If they don't, then that's a shame on them. And then that's an advantage that the Echo has, for sure, because Echo can do that. They all have, the Echo Dot has the aux port. Somebody on YouTube ripped them apart in a lot of detail, and the insides are pretty much all from Sonos. Cut a few corners here and there, but nothing significantly affecting quality. Chromecast audio? Yeah, that's probably a better idea. I should try this. I'm going to have to go to IKEA. Don't tell Mrs. Z's. Oh, actually, we've been waiting to go to IKEA. Maybe we'll go on Tuesday. But that's not a bad idea. These are Bluetooth though, right? So I could pair them with other things. I don't need more speakers. What am I talking about? Hubert is very animated about Google and Nest. Hubert. Who's Hubert? Is that a guy on YouTube? I don't know. I might have to check him out. A special with tad free only. How do you get that little thing to show up there? Hubert. I don't know Hubert. Nope, doesn't look like there's a Hubert. Bluetooth, just Wi-Fi. Oh, but check the remote. Oh, just Wi-Fi. Okay. Now what happened? Did I lose it? Anywho. Oh, Paul Hibbert. Oh, they said Hubert. Okay, yeah, Paul Hibbert. Yeah, Paul's funny. Woo, 328. And not even talking about anything. Thanks for being here, everybody. Yeah, Paul's funny to watch. He definitely, he doesn't hold back. If I was a device manufacturer, I don't think I would send him anything. Because most of the time he's like, yeah, this is, well, not that he's always saying it's garbage, but no, he's great. He's an advocate for us because he tells it like it is with a lot of these things that aren't as good as they should be. And he tells them, this is not as good as it should be. And he's bald. Mini lights and automation, and then turn on and off again. So you can list your lights, Dave. You can list, so when you do the action like this, you can do, it depends on the action sometimes. Let's find I don't know if I've got one for turn off. I'm trying to think of an automation that I have. Okay, let's just see. No, not that one. Oops. You can basically, usually you can just list them. So like in this case, this is a switch, but usually in most services, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but in most services, you can just, you make the action like light turn on. And then when you do the entity ID, you just list several entity IDs. So then you go, switch office and switch den, like that. You just separate them out like that. And that works in most cases. Does it not, fellas? I believe it does. One of these days I'll catch it from the beginning. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, you didn't miss much. We just been chatting. It's been good. DrZzs is on fire. Not really. What's the Discord? Ooh, Discord. Mathis, if you haven't been in Discord, Discord is a great communication platform. Lot of good groups in Discord, but this is it basically. So I've got one, Home Assistant has one, Superhouse TV's got one, wLED's got one, ESP Home's got one, BK Hobby, Brow's got one, doesn't use, Travis has got one. So there's a lot of these, and they're like little chat rooms or something, group chats, and it makes it really nice to be able to post a message and hopefully get somebody live. Usually people are answering pretty well live. There is one for wLED, yeah. And Air Cookie's really good about answering questions in there too. I'm okay answering questions. I haven't even checked my I'm not gonna say that. No. Changes will be lost, yes. I just didn't want to mess that up again. Just open that back up so we've got it, because since we're playing with a lot. Yeah, try the comment and see, Dave. If it should work. If it doesn't work, then what you have to do is just list a separate action. So under the actions, you can list multiples. You just put a dash and then the service, and the service would be switch turn on and all that stuff for that light, and then you just paste that whole block again. But I'm pretty sure you can, for most things, you can just list the entity IDs. Please make a list instead of commas in the list. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Frank's telling us to do it a better way. So instead of commas, do you do entities? How do you list them? How do you list them, Frank? Show me a good example. Oh, Christmas goal for the board. Yeah. I'm sure I've got an example in here somewhere. It's what happens when you have, like this. Well, this is target for a media thing. That's different. But a list like this is what he's saying instead of the commas. What happens with the commas, Frank? Teach me. What's the is it somehow different for the when it's interpreting the code here? It's easier and better if it's in a list instead of separated by commas, if it's dashed and stuff. Does RF work with ESP Home on the Sonoff 4-channel Pro? I can't find it anywhere. I'm almost positive it does, Leon. Go to in YouTube, look up Pinky Wafer. She did a video about that, and I think she's got some information in there that will be helpful to you to get that work. Comma is a single string and interpreted and splitted on the comma, trying to make something from it. A list is native. Okay. And the list should be, so the format should be, like this. Oh, like there. There you go. See, I knew I had something. There you go. So this is what you should do. Scratch what I said about making it commas and do it like this. Entity ID, return, and then dash, and then light dot whatever. All right. And then you can, all of your other information, whatever effect, turn, effect, and then the name of the effect or brightness or whatever, you put that in this as well, underneath the list. Okay. There it is. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping out. All of you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for helping out. Anyone know if Wise plugs can accept Tuya convert? I don't think so. That's a good question. Anybody know that? I don't think they run on that. Maybe they do. That's a good question. I don't know for sure. My guess is they don't use Tuya. My guess is Wise wrote their own firmware. So you'd probably have to break it open. I'm sure you could put Tasmota on it, but you'd probably have to break it open. How do I turn the volume up and down on my Google after it announces and make it go up but not down? Mr. Fixers. Are you controlling it through Home Assistant? There's a Home Assistant would have media player commands. Let's see, let's not look there. It's going to be under here, and I would probably do something like this. I don't know if it's Google Cast. Maybe it's Google Assistant. No, it's going to be Media Player. Look under Media Players in here. There's going to be commands for how to control Media Player. And it will have, I don't see one for Google, but probably just, Google Cast, maybe, I guess. Maybe it is Google Cast. No. Somewhere in these commands, when you have Media Player, then you can have volume up, volume down. But I don't know for sure, specifically what you're trying to do. But that's where I would start poking around. Hello, Photochromax. How's it going, man? Thanks again for your preview stuff on wLED. Love that thing. Your Weber grill just died. What's a good Home Assistant meat thermometer? Oh, I have no idea. Anybody have a Home Assistant meat thermometer? I don't. That's a great idea. There's got to be some, right? Somebody's got to have something like that. There's got to be some smart thermometers that you can get into Home Assistant and make an announcement or that would be so cool. Have She Who Shall Not Be Named announcing that your burger is done. Has anyone managed to get an 8-channel relay to work in X-Lights? What is that, Dave? Is that a 8-channel relay? Is that a what kind of device is that? Is that a Falcon device or what is that? What do you mean? Not just on-off relays, you mean something else? Let's repeat that. A Home Assistant meat thermometer. Where's the integration? Come on. We need a whole category. We need a category. Right here, there should be one that says meat thermometers. Right? Not sure if anybody knows, but is it possible to add the same component 2 times in HAS? I want to do this with 2 Bismuth circuits. So you can just need things to be different specific entities. I don't know what a Wiesmann circuit is, but as far as the same, I'm not sure what you're asking. Give us some more information, TJJ, and we'll help you. Give us some more information. Most important question of the stream: what did I miss? Say, I don't know. How's it going, man? You missed everything. We've been all over the place today. We have been. Oh, not that one. Here we go. I guess I got to sing through this song because if YouTube picks up this song, they'll bust me for copyright stuff. Can you see this? I can't get it. Oh, what is it? Are you sending me something, Dave? Any bay window smart curtain options? You want open and close curtains? Bay windows though, right? That are round? Ooh, gosh. Have you guys seen that little robot thing? Have you seen that little robot? That's what it's like. You hang it on the curtain rod, and it's got hooks, and it's got a wheel and a box. It's got the battery and the motor in it. And when you hang it on the curtain rod, you activate it. It cinches up against the curtain rod with its little wheel, and then the little wheel spins and it pushes itself, and it just grabs the curtain loops and pulls them with it. So that would work. You didn't get squirrels when you subbed? Oh man, Crispy, what do you want? You want squirrels? Do you want squirrels? You want? I think my favorite one is the plane, the airplane or the unicorns. You tell me, airplane or unicorns? Curtain gremlin. Is it called Soma curtains? I don't know. What's that? Soma curtains. Oh no. Okay, so this is different. So there's a lot of these. There's a lot of these that kind of pull those, but I think what he's talking about with train trains. I don't have a trains one. My kids love this unicorn one. Choo-choos. Okay. Hey man, we're happy to help you, TJJ, if you can. If you need, dogs or cats, my friend. Do you like dogs or cats? That's what Frank always says. If you guys don't watch Frank, Frank that's been helping us here in the chat a bunch, he streams Tuesdays and Fridays from the Netherlands. So earlier in the day in the US, so usually around noon for me. And he's got trains and dogs and cats and different things that fly up on his screen. So that's what the joking is about, choo-choos and he wants trains. If you watch his stream, you'll know why. And he wants streams, and I can't put trains on my stream. So this isn't the one. So this curtain bot. Let's find this thing. It looks like, is it SwitchBot? There it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Check this thing out. Let's see if I can get her to play this. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks, Zoltz, mate. That's it. Thanks, man. So here you go. This is it. It won't play though. Oh yeah, there it goes. Blah 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 blah. Oh, okay, yeah. So SwitchBot. Have you guys seen SwitchBot? Right? We've talked about this. SwitchBot it's a little thing that sticks on your wall or something, and it will just physically flip your switch. So you're like in an apartment and you can't install a new light switch. This SwitchBot, you just put it over your light switch or something or whatever you want, and it will just physically move this little rocker and switch the switch. So these are the people that came up with this curtain thing. And so here's the curtain thing. Here you go. We'll just play this part of it. Check this out. Genius. You see that? I think that's a pretty genius idea, man. Pretty genius idea. So simple and so compatible. We do need to DIY that. You're dang right, Eddie. You are dang right. 360. I think this is a new record, fellas. This is a new record. $552. Is that? Oh, 52,000. Yeah, no kidding, right? They had a goal of 20,000 and they raised $500,000. I think they've got a good idea here. I think maybe they're on to something. Yeah. So I wonder what you can get. I guess so for $69. April 2020 is when they're expecting to deliver these. $69 or more, you get a taste of the SwitchBot. I think it's SwitchBot curtain. Okay, so you do get a SwitchBot curtain with this for $60. So I think that's probably, or $70. That's the cheapest you're going to get to actually get one of these SwitchBot things. And then my guess is they'll probably sell them for $100 or so when they come out, maybe even more. Oh, you sent me something in Pastebin? Okay. Oh, can you post it though? Post it. Can you post it here, Dave? You sent me a Pastebin. Whoa. What, did you email it? I don't usually get on the email. I can check it right now. I'm watching on my computer and my TV, so mine counts as 2. Everybody do that. Everybody double up. No, don't do that. There is one DIY on YouTube. Still a work in progress with stepper motors. Nice. That's genius. That's genius. Let's check it out. Let's totally check it out. Let's go to YouTube. And what is it DIY curtain bot or something? Elephants. There's the SwitchBot. That's the little SwitchBot thing. And if anybody finds it, send it to me. DIY automated curtains for $3. That's pretty good. Oh, if somebody finds that, send it. You're interfering with my nap. I'm gonna take a nap after this. I'm still feeling good though. I'm not really covering anything specific, but updates on the bug. Oh, Father Time, thank you for asking about the bug. I will show you some stuff. Oh, wait, first, let's check out this DIY curtain bot. How's he doing this? What other one we got? But this one's not. Oh, this is Creative. Oh yeah, we talked to him. Is he using a bot like that though? Is it rolling like a motor in there? The first link. Oh, sorry. So this is Creative's. Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. I do remember him making this. That's right. Okay, so he's using that, but the motors are staying still. But this is a good solution. Yeah, that's a pull cord. I'm jealous of his setup. Anyways, that's cool. I do like that. I still want to build a little bot too, though. Off topic. Nothing's off topic. Nortec ZigBee only seems to pick up 3 Samsung multi-sensors under ZHA. Anybody got anything for Edward on that one? I do not, my friend. I'm sorry. Does anyone know how to get that icicle effect in with wLED? So, is it Vicious? Victorious. Anyways, sorry. You mean the rain effect? I would try rain. Do you have like strips or something that you're hanging down like that and you want them to kind of dance this way? The rain effect is actually pretty good. I'm taking all kinds of questions, Tom. How you doing, man, by the way? Good to see you. I recognize you. You've been around a long time. I don't just mean on Earth. I mean with me. Well, we can answer some LEDFX questions or give it a best shot anyways. Oh, the bug. Yeah, the bug. Okay, while Tom is preparing his question, I will grab some pictures of the bug. We're going to close a few of these things here. Got too many tabs open. Is everybody using Google Chrome still? I do use Google Chrome a lot, and it is just becoming like such a resource hog. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I got too many add-ons or plugins or extensions or something, but man, when I look at my list of, what programs are using all the resources, Google Chrome's like the worst. So I'm thinking about making some progress towards switching to Firefox. All right, let's see what I can find for some bug pictures. Here is a fantastic picture. So, great news. So for those of you who don't know, Father Time always reminds me to talk about my bug. So this is a 1970 Volkswagen that I'm converting to electric with a forklift motor. And I finally, it's been almost a year. I've had the motor for 9 months about, but I've had the bug about over a year. And I finally got the motor to sort of fit. So I've had to do a lot of modifications to the motor and even to the transmission to be able to get this thing to fit in there. I should have just gotten a smaller motor, but this was, a cheap motor out of a junkyard, which spins. And I built this mount plate, and I've got them almost mounted up. I mean, they finally fit at least. Like I couldn't even get them this close together in the past. So now I have to, I've got the gear in there. I just have to get this arranged in a way that I can have it mount on the gear at the same time. And then it's ready to spin the wheels. Is that awesome or what? I think it's awesome. So thanks for asking. So yeah, I made some progress. In fact, tomorrow, me and Zach, who's my big strong boy. Well, I have two big strong boys, but Zach's the one that's most interested in working on cars and stuff with me lately. Yeah, the motor spins. It's always good. Yeah, it didn't spin for a little while there. You like the suspension? We're going back to the junkyard to get some more forklift motors tomorrow. So I'm not even done with this one, and I'm going to go start collecting motors for future projects. So Chrome is quite RAM hungry, but I still like it. I'm so into it. Like, I've been using Chrome forever. So I don't know. Any possibility to change the Google Home trigger word? I don't think so. Not that I know of. Do you guys know of any? Is there any hacks out there in the universe for doing that? I don't know of any. Sridhar, I'm sorry, man. If it fits, it sits. Motors are a lot of fun. Working on this bug has been not easy, but a ton of fun. Okay, here's Tom's question. How do you restart LEDFX? It worked perfectly, but don't know how to start it up again. Oh, yeah. You just type in that command again. So you'll have to. So when you, if you go back to your Python, are you running it on? I'm assuming you're running it on Windows, right? So you go back to your Anaconda Navigator. This is how I would do it, or how I do it. There might be an easier way, but you go back to your Anaconda. Don't want none. Y'all singing that now? Okay, finally. Go into your environments, go to LEDFX, make this one the active one by just clicking on it, and it becomes the active environment. And then when you press this, you go to Open Terminal, and then it doesn't keep the commands. This unfortunately doesn't keep the commands, but I'm pretty sure it's just, we'll get the actual one. We'll get the actual command for you. And then you just run the same startup command, which is just LEDFX turn on or something like that. Here, this one, LEDFX open UI. You just paste that in there. Where'd it go? Right there. Bingo. And there it is. So there you go. Thank you, Zoltz. Thank you. Yeah, Tom, that was easy. Thanks for asking questions we can. Thanks for asking questions we can answer. EV Homebrew, you rock. Thanks, Dave. I am excited about my EV Homebrew. Alyssa Voice. Oh, what's this? Alyssa Voice. Oh, is that a project for doing that? That sounds familiar to me. Voice actor? No. Singer-songwriter. No, maybe not. So I thought maybe that was a project. Could do side bends or sit-ups. Nice, Stonewall is nice. Nice. What do I think about the Home Assistant Android app? I think it's fantastic, Camilla. I'm glad we have it. I haven't used it. But I'm very, very glad that they've got it. That's been a long time coming. So I'm assuming Robbie has been working on that. Frank or others, do you know who's doing it? Robbie was the guy who did the iOS app, and I know he was planning on doing that next a few months back. So I'm assuming he's been instrumental in getting that done. But he did a great job with the iPhone app, and if the Android app is anything like it, I'm sure it'll be fantastic. Regarding Chrome, RAM is not like CPU. You actually want to use the available RAM in your system. Letting it sit there empty doesn't speed the system up. Oh, okay. That's good to know, Mark. No, he's not doing the app. Oh, okay. Yeah, you like that, Camilla? Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I haven't used it. I should consider being a guest on the Home Assistant podcast anytime they invite me. I would be happy to. I listen to it often. Some other guys invited me to do a Chrome or a podcast about Christmas lights, actually. But then we haven't been able to work out our schedules, so haven't been there yet. But those are guys who like do real Christmas light stuff, not like my Christmas light stuff is super simple stuff. Oh, Home Assistant blog. Let's see this. What do we got here? State of the Union recap. Oh yeah, watch this. This I thought was awesome. I was talking to some friends. Remember I was saying I have non-home assistant friends or non-smart home friends. We were talking about this, and I don't want to just make everybody use Home Assistant. I would be happy if everybody did, but not everybody wants to, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to do it, and that's fine. It's better for some people not to. They're going to have a more enjoyable experience with the available technology if they don't have to do all the tinkering that a lot of us like to do. So in those cases, I say grab a Google Home, grab a Echo Plus or whatever, and go on your way and have a good time with it. But if you are somebody who likes to tinker, if you've got some computer programming kind of skills or just want to tinker around with electronics and stuff, then Home Assistant's the way to go. And this was my favorite, one of my favorite slides from the State of the Union, that of all of the top 10 projects on GitHub, Home Assistant is number 10. And if you look at what those first 9 are, they're almost all backed by huge companies. And Home Assistant, full-on community. Full community, just you guys. So, works now. Okay, good, Tom. Good, you got it. You might not have been in the right environment. If you weren't in the right Anaconda environment, maybe it didn't work. If you were in like the root one instead of in the LEDFX one, it probably wouldn't work. Which 3D printer do I have? Lulzbot. I have the Lulzbot Taz 5. But if I was going to buy one today, there's probably 2 big levels, and maybe there's been new ones that have come out. We haven't talked about it in a while. But the ones that I would look at seriously first would be the CR10S Pro. I think you get that one around, you can get it under $1,000, I think. It's probably around $700. CR10S Pro or the Ender 3, and I would probably get the Ender 3 Pro. Maybe Ender 5. Ender 5, is it just a bigger bed or is it a lot better? Sridhar, oh, thanks, my friend. Alyssa Voice Home. That's the one, huh? I don't know why she's not reading them out loud today, but thank you very much, Sridhar. I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate it very much. Let's try this again. So this was a way to get Alice Voice Assistant. So here's an article about it. It's got to be like a GitHub or something. I would love it if we could. I mean, I don't know why. Still learning. Costs like $200 to the door with filament. That is cheap, though. That is cheap, Ellen. You don't even want to know what I paid for mine when I bought it. Holy cow. I bought my 3D printer, I don't know how many years it's been. 4 years? Somewhere in there, 4 or 5 years. And at the time, I was pretty nervous about getting into that technology because I knew nothing. And what I didn't want was to buy one and just have it sit or have it cost me a whole bunch of time. So I bought something that I knew I could just out of the box put together and go. And so the Lulzbot was very expensive. It was over $2,000. And now that, I think if you have that price difference, I think you can get something nearly as good for much less. I'm going to say the Ender 3 probably not quite in line with with at least the bells and whistles of the Taz back in the day. But now the bed, lots of them have bigger beds now. Lots of them are dual Z-axis for stability, and you don't have to pay $2,000 for it anymore. You can get it for certainly under $1,000. Almond was what they were talking about in the State of the Union. Right. Yep. Which would be a different way to interact with voice commands through Home Assistant, which is really cool. Really cool. And when we tested it on the last stream, I was playing with it, and you didn't even have to say anything, right? You did have to click that microphone button, but you didn't. There was no like call word or whatever. And I think you can just, it's not listening all the time, but anyways, we need to play with this more. There's a couple of updates since then even, and it's going to be awesome. Ender 3 is great, and you get it for 150 euros on sale. Yep. If someone don't want to use Google and likes all the cloud accounts using Node-RED and Automate app for Android, it's possible to send the whole sentence via MQTT. No kidding? Photochromax? Wow. That's cool. Darren, how's it going, man? Let me look at my list. We haven't been going that long. 2 hours? Have we been going 2 hours? No. Seems like 5 minutes. Let me go to my list real quick that I made of things. All right, we did that. We talked about the Black Friday thing. Is anybody still having problems updating? I think we covered that, right? Updating to the newest Home Assistant 101. You have to change your API password. I think we covered that pretty well. 87 minutes. That's nothing. That's like nothing. What's the major benefit of the Home Assistant app on Android? What do you guys say? What do you guys say is the major benefit for using the app? For me, the app for iPhone notifications, and maybe you could do this without it, but notifications was a big deal. I don't know if you can do it without the app or not, honestly. But notifications and location tracking were big things for me. Just got connected now. Awesome. Android notifications, yeah. That notifications is probably going to be the big one. And then, like I said, tracking, device tracking. I guess somebody showed me the newest, I think it was Paul. And there's an iOS, what is it? It's the Home Assistant. Is anybody using the third? It's like the third iteration of the device tracking thing for the app on iPhone, and it's supposedly super good, and I haven't made any changes to mine. So Paul was the one sharing it with me, I think. Yeah, this one. iCloud 3, that's what I was trying to think of. iCloud 3 device tracker. So if you are an iPhoner, an iPhoney, I'm an iPhoney, the location tracking has been seriously upgraded and works very well compared to what it did a year ago. And this is some information about it. I haven't used it. I had sort of skimmed through some of this, but Paul Morley sent me this and was very excited about it. And so check it out. Check it out. And so a couple things. Accuracy is supposed to be way better. Before, there was a lot of jumping around. Like, it showed you in one spot. You didn't really move, but it showed you out of that spot and back into it and out of it and back into it. So if you were trying to trigger anything in Home Assistant based on your location, it wasn't possible because your location would randomly switch. I don't know if it had to do with a cell tower or what the deal was, but it was a problem. And then Life 360, as Seamus is saying, Thomas there, Life 360 is pretty good. And I've been using that for a long time. We're going to do this one for Mark. Thank you for subscribing. I've been using Life 360 and I like it. I don't have any complaints about it. Battery usage in Life 360 wasn't horrible, better than the old iPhone, but apparently the new iPhone 1 is supposed to be great for not draining the battery. And he explains in this, Gary here, he explains in this post why it's so much better with battery as well. I didn't remember it all. Didn't memorize it, but it's in there. So you gotta read through that and check it out. Just upgraded from 0.02 to 0.01. Oh boy. Chris. Check. Are you getting anything? You getting anything in the logs or anything? Can you go look at a log file? Can you back up? You know, go to your backup and see what was there. Did you check the config before you did it? Maybe just make sure. All right. More new subscribers. What else am I going to do? We haven't done the Where Scroll in a while. Yoakum. Thanks for subscribing, my friend. Will you be turning off MQTT and wLED now that the Home Assistant has integrations? I found that when MQTT has running and then use X lights, I had some lags. Once I turned off MQTT, lights work fine. You know, once Frank gets the integration full in there, I will use the integration instead of MQTT. Yeah, I mean that's just one more thing that the signal has to bounce through that we don't need. Yeah, Chris, Frank's got a great recommendation for you. If you were before 101 and you updated, then you probably had the problem with the API password. Anybody using Trackr, by the way? Kind of interested in having the detailed location tracking. I haven't been. I've heard of it. I don't know too much about it. Had to do a hard reset. Maybe that's it. Have I ever seen a way to get room presence to work? Home Assistant knowing what room you're in. Motion sensors are not the best way, in your opinion. Yeah, motion sensors are not the best way. I know the theories, but I don't know if anybody's really cracked it and made it really viable and DIY-able. But if you're always going to have your phone in your pocket, which probably 90% of the time you will, maybe not always. If you're going to have your phone in your pocket, then you can do some magic with Bluetooth, and you can have Bluetooth sensors like an ESP32 or a series of ESP32 chips through the house that will know which one you're closest to. We talked about that some time ago. I don't remember how, in what context exactly, or what software we were working with, but that would be one possibility. So as you get close, each of those Bluetooth devices will know about how far your phone is away, and it would be able to sense which one it's closest to, and then say you're in that room. So that's one way. When we were at CES last year, the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas last year, there were a few companies that we were really excited about that had devices that were basically a camera. It was a camera that was recognizing a person, that the shape that was moving in the room was a human. And so that was very promising. But those were going to be, gosh, I don't remember what they were selling them for. A few $100s per sensor, and you'd have to have a sensor in each living space, basically. So BLE triangulation based on RSSI. Podrace has a good, that's it. OpenCV with a cheap webcam. OpenCV I haven't played with. That's the computer vision. That's a good idea. I was somebody was talking about that with me yesterday too, or a couple days ago. I haven't looked at it, but sounds neat. IIRC ESP Home has a BLE beacon doodad you can use. Ooh. OpenCV. Let's check out a couple of these. Let's check out OpenCV, and we'll check out this ESP Home BLE beacon doodad, because I like doodads. If you've been here for 94 minutes, you should smash that like button. Thanks, guys. Thanks for promoting. I appreciate that. Smash that like button. All right, where are we at? We were going to look at OpenCV. OpenCV. AI courses by OpenCV. Black Friday sale. Oh, so they're selling courses. So computer vision, right, has been released. Let's go here and see. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Official site. Read about the library. Subscribe to the news. Browse releases and study the license. I want some general, what the heck. This is back to where we were. Learn more. I want to know just like what it is. Just give me like the basic sense of it. Whoa. Nightly builds. Wow. How to set up OpenCV on your computer. I just clicked it. Where did it go? Install in Linux using OpenCV with GCC and CMake. Using OpenCV with Eclipse. Installation in Windows. How to build applications on OpenCV inside Microsoft Visual Studio. So check out OpenCV. Boy, there's a lot of stuff to learn there. Whew. The ESP Home is actually passively scanning Bluetooth, not really broadcasting, so no extra radiation. Oh, good. Yes, I started streaming fully soon again. Yes, been kind of busy with all the changes in your life going on right now. We missed Frank's streams. We love them. Have I heard about LoRaWAN RF-based IoT devices? A little. I know a little bit about LoRa, not hardly anything. whatever I've learned at all about LoRa, I've learned from who? The guy with the Swiss accent, Andres Spiess. He was here on the stream a couple months back. Hulk-like radiation. Great stuff. All right, so check this out. I don't know much about how this will work, but it'll be interesting to see. Installation by using pre-built libraries. That sounds like the best way to do it to me. Making your own libraries. How to create OpenCV binary files. There's a lot of learning that's got to be done there. So let's look at the the ESP Home one. And ESP Home, I haven't looked at this in a long time. I just haven't been working on these things. I love ESP Home. I love everything that they do. Here, BLE RSSI. Sensor platform lets you track the RSSI value or signal strength of a BLE device. Use the binary sensor setup for instructions for setting up this platform. Okay. Configuration variables, MAC address, name ID, also see Bluetooth low energy tracker hub. Creates a global hub that you can track Bluetooth low energy devices using your ESP32 node. How to find out the MAC address of the device. Okay. So you set up a sensor. So these are all BLE sensors. I'd have to play with this, but if that is what I think if that is what I think it is, that might be, a great way to do it. Is anybody using this? Quindor, you were talking about it. Who else was talking about this? Who is using this? The ESP Home version of this Bluetooth tracking thing. Anyone using Bayesian sensor as a device tracker? Not in forever, Nicholas. I heard about it, but no, not me anyways. Maybe someone. Search ESP BLE beacon HTML. In here. Or you just mean in general? Oh, here you go. This has more information. Okay, great. BLE beacon component creates a Bluetooth low energy beacon with your ESP32 device. Beacons are BLE devices that repeatedly just send out a predefined packet of data. This packet can then be received by devices like smartphones and can be used to track a phone's location. Perfect. First, you'll need to set up the configuration ESP Home. Just copy the configuration above and change the UUID to something unique. You can copy this randomly generated UUID. Oh, good. So this randomly generates maybe like every time you come back to this site. Yeah. Yeah, great. That's cool. Then just compile and flash the ESP32. When everything is set up correctly, you should see show up using your iBeacon scanner of choice. On iPhones, this should already work from the Bluetooth screen. You will need to use an app like Beacon Scanner for Android. Okay. For using these beacons to track the location of your phone, you will need to use another app. For example, I use this guide by the OwnTracks app to let my home automation system know when I'm home or away. Another nice Android app is Beacon MQTT. How close can you be? That's the other question here. Is how close can you be? Can it tell you, like I said, which one you're closest to? Maybe what you do then would have to set up some sort of rules or some automation that says when you're, whatever, this is the signal strength, right? So whichever one has the highest signal strength, this would take some logic, right? This would take some figuring out, but you'd have to say which one has the best signal strength. That's the room I'm in, right? Nmap to track. Does it track where you are in your house? You could always do the reverse. If you have a phone always in your pocket, instead of having power supplied nodes, you could use the cheap BLE tiles and do the active job on your phone. Where are these BLE tiles, Photochromax? Tile. Oh, you mean tiles like the tile? How close can that give you a location? Tiles works really well with ESP32 BLE tracker package. So Tiles, you mean Tiles like that's the actual brand, right? You're talking about? Those will be on sale for Black Friday, you can bet. These things, we've got some of these from last year actually, and they work well. Several times we found our keys. In fact, we lost them in the movie theater and found them because of this. Pastern gets stripped. Oh, bummer. I don't know what that means. Several ESP32s with BLE tracking around the house, receiving information from iTag, smart bands, etc. Want to bind the information with a Bayesian sensor. Oh, cool. The Tile BLE. Once again, we've got evidence here about why you can't depend on if this, then that. I just got the notification that I started streaming. Yeah, that's what I thought. The tile, yeah. That's what happens when there's a delay. I'll tell my wife to sew tiles in all my clothes. When walking around naked in the house, well, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. Like, well, I've got my phone with me 95% of the time, but sometimes you get up in the middle of the night and you got to walk to the kitchen and get a drink. And what if you fall down? Nobody knows where you are on the kitchen floor and you can't get up? I don't know. I think to me, the best use of it is going to be lights kind of a thing. And that's what I still would love to have better in my house. And I think that's a thing that smart home starters would like to do first is let's control the lights. Let's turn the lights on when we need them, turn the lights off when we don't need them, and do it accurately every time. I'm not there. It's okay. It's decent, but I'm not there. The best I can do is sort of see when lights are on around the house and turn them off if they're not needed. I've got a few motion activated lights that work well, except sometimes they turn off when you still need them to stay on. Consider getting an RFID under your skin. I did think about that. I did. I think that would be pretty cool. John Oxer has his. You know, it's a snack, not water. What's that? This? The Nut 3 Mini Smart Tracker from Ali. Works quite decent. Ooh, let's check it out. Working towards Star Trek level. Yeah, I am. Honestly, that would be great. Because when you walk up to the door, it opens and that kind of stuff. Like that's one of the things that would be perfect. Like if you never have to slow down or stop to go through a door, if it just opens every time. But it would have to know that you're not just like standing next to the door. It would have to know that you're going towards the door. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff. From zero to Jarvis. in one live stream from zero to Jarvis. So these must be Nut Mini. So these must be cheaper versions, huh? They do have them on Amazon as well, $15. So they're about the same price. These are the same as the tiles, right? I was hoping they'd be cheaper. Let's see if we can find them on AliExpress. What happened? It's not really a 4-pack though, right? So you can maybe $11, $35 for a 4-pack, maybe. Is that what this is? Yeah, 4 of them. 4 of them for $35. That's better. Yeah, that's almost half what that other price was. These are probably each. Yeah, $55 for 4. So that's good. I haven't. What I appreciated was that they finally started making. So here's on my keys. There's a tile, but they finally started making one that you could change the battery in. The square one, the one I'm using at the moment, awesome. This one here with the swirlies, not the one with the little whatever. With a little bell on it and a name tag. Nice. Deep stack for object detection. Ooh, what's that? Here we go, bouncing around the internet, finding stuff again. I learn a ton of stuff when you guys do this. I love it. Deep stack AI. Ooh. Expert level artificial intelligence in Heads up, no limit poker. Huh? Poker. Wow, you use this? Who's saying they use this? Eddie? This doesn't sound... This sounds pretty, whenever they say expert level, I don't know. I'm not an expert. But this looks cool. What does it do? How does it do it? The new Mates and Pros can have battery replaced. Yeah, I like that better. Lasts over a year. Yeah, we've had ours. I guess it depends on how often it's tracking and stuff. But and then there's the Tile. Anyways, the Tile has a really nice. The integration in Home Assistant works great. Don't forget to give people some Amazon links for upcoming Black Friday. Let's do that. Let's start to wind down. Let's go back to Amazon, and let's think about what kind of things. What kind of things do you guys? Oh, you know what? Do this, and I'll make a store about this too. But I've tried to get better at doing this shop. It gives me a shop /DrZzs. So I've tried to do a better job and make it some things that would be worthwhile. Yeah, get the combi stick. We talked about ZigBee a lot. I bet you, is it in here? Here's all the stuff you need for LEDs. Here's some tools and things I use. A few of my favorite things. This is where the combi should be if it's not. Nope. I need to add more stuff here. But I can, watch this. If I look up the combi 2, and they've got them in stock in the US. Perfect. I can go down here and I can add it to... Whoa. Can you see any of that? Yeah. I can add it to a few of my favorite things. That's where we'll put that one. And then I'll drop everybody a link there. So for sure, if you want to do ZigBee, this is a great little device. I think you can build the ZigBee to MQTT cheaper. I always like identifying the cheaper options as well. You can build a ZigBee to MQTT stick for less money. But this will work with the Decons add-on in Home Assistant, and it works really well. Really well. It does seem a little pricey. It does, especially if you compare it with the ZigBee to MQTT. But there's some software advantages here too. I know Frank and some of these guys can talk about that. But this CC2531, right? You have to do some things to get this set up, but this is the ZigBee to MQTT device. Yeah. So does this have everything you need? This has the programmer and stuff too. So this would have what you need to get it started. That's nice and cheap. I should probably just buy that, shouldn't I? We're gonna put that in the cart. I'm gonna buy one of those. But let's go back and we'll put that on the list as well. Oh, what are we buying for the significant others, fellas? We should talk about that. What are we gonna get the women? The women that put up with us. Huh? What do you think? What are you guys doing for them? Don't buy adapters. Oh, you can solder it? Buy it. Well, what? But solder what? Like I haven't watched enough of the video. What is it you have to buy? Or what is it you have to solder? Is this all you need? This is the stick, right? But you have to do something to it to get to program. And this is the programming header piece or something. They love tool chests. Yeah, Cole. Cole's dad has it right. Very Canadian. I'm sorry. You can totally do that with wLED. Oh, the Xiaomi Robo. Oh, you know what? That's something, Frank, that I would love. You did it well. It's easy. So did you have the whole kit, or do you just have this thing here and you just solder on some headers? Grip ties for your... Let's go look at this. I don't know if they're gonna have this, but they might. Oh yeah, they do. The Xiaomi, which one is it? S50. 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 Whoa. Frank's trying to break my bank. I bet you it's cheaper on AliExpress. Woo. We haven't had S50. We have a robot vacuum, but it's not one that has radar on it, you know? I don't want the 5. I want the 50. These don't say. Oh yeah, here it is. Czech Republic, where do you want it to send? Plug type EU. So these are only EU. So $400 about, thereabouts. Black Friday price in the US. The S6. I liked Rob's video about these. The radar one. Yeah. The S50 is overpriced. Diamonds. I would like to have a good one that does a good job. And the only way it seemed like Rob's latest video about this was really good and like everything, but he was talked about the radar and how important that is compared to the old ones. And it's so true. The old ones can run, they'll run forever. They'll run until the battery wears out, and they'll keep going over the same spot, it feels like, you know, just the way that they kind of bounce and look around. And so just saying, the nice Roborock vacuums are quite good for the money. So this is the S50. What other models do they have? Roborock, is that Xiaomi? Yeah, okay, it is. So I just want to see their whole store. Can I see them all at once? I want to see all of them. Let's just do this. There we go. So we'll just go to roborocks.com. We're going to look at all the different devices. The S6, that's the big fancy. Right? That's the one that we just compare models. Yeah, let's do that. We don't want this one. Don't bother. Bling, bling, bling. Atlas. Thanks for subscribing. Let's do, what are we going to do for Atlas? We're going to do the plane. It's worth it. iLife Cleaner. Uses IR, you need the lights on. All right. Garrick, thank you for subscribing too. We'll go Wear School for you. Roomba, but there's a pretty big chance that Roborock will be next. Price matters too. Roborock runs on Ubuntu. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. All right. S5, S6, sure. I don't know if I want to look at the S6 because it's too much. What else is there? The S4? The S50 is not in here. Is the S50, is that like in Europe only? Is the same as the 60? Dun, 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 dun. 5 max. Adaptive root algorithm. The 4 has active root algorithm. Colors. Mopping function. We would need a mopping function. Top up charging. How loud is it? Battery. These all look about the same. So the differences here are what colors you can get. If you get the S5, you can get pink. That's important. Oh, they're no good, Gad? Gad says these are no good. High Zero. Is that a different brand? Where do you find High Zero? Oh, whoa. This is what it looks like, but this has a handle. Like I have to touch it? Like, this looks like it requires my hand up here. Floor cleaning robot. All right, let's see. Food leftovers. Noodles and soup? Ground disinfection. Oh, that's cool. So you love your high zero, huh, Gad? You love this thing. It's battery. It's a battery vacuum. It looks small. How do you? Oh, where does the stuff go? It goes in the base down there. This is, wow, $600. Better be good. It better be good. Spam those Amazon links. Thank you, Quindor. Buy a few of those. It's the best out there. Nice. All right. All right. All right. Let's do this. Let's do the Xiaomi one too. Well, when they say robot vacuums here. Deal of the day, deal of the day. Yeah, so don't even bother. I'm not ever going to bother with one that doesn't have the thing on top. You know? Oh, update for VS Code pending. Nice. Ooh. What is that doing, Frank? You can reload stuff from Home Assistant? You can do commands from Home Assistant? Or from VS Code? Is that what you're saying? Wow. PCB Way train? We can throw the PCB Way train on there. Where's the PCB Way train? Choo choo. Let's find it. There it is. PCB Way train. This is cute. I think it's fun. PCB Way's taking me and Travis to China. Rob's not gonna be able to make it. Well, they're not paying for us to fly there, but they're gonna host us and bring it there. So oh wow. Okay, so Frank is sharing this with me, saying that there is a new addition to VS Code. This is again the VS Code add-on, so it's just part of Home Assistant. You can do all this through there. You can now make service calls here, at least some of them so far. So you can put in like check configuration and restart right from here. That is so awesome. That's gonna, because if you do it a lot, every time you have to check the config and then go to a different menu and click the restart and all that stuff, it takes time. So if you're doing it a lot, being able to just put in these lines right here and have it run while you're doing this saves you 30 seconds. And if you do it 10 times, awesome. Thanks, Frank. Dun, dun. Uh-oh. What broke, Roland? Uh-oh. Roland, something broke. What time is it there? It's 8:40 here. It's almost 2 o'clock. So we're gonna start winding down. Thanks for the stream and good night for bed. See ya, Camilla. Thanks for being here. 2 hours. Yeah, time to go. Take you to China. Meet us there, JD. Meet us there. We are gonna have a meetup at CES in Las Vegas as well, and we'll do a live stream. We'll probably maybe we'll sit down somewhere and fire up somebody's laptop and stream and chat. Maybe some from a hotel room or something. The complete Home Assistant setup. Uh-oh. Do you have backups, Roland? Please tell me you have backups, my friends. Please tell me you have backups. 9:45 in New Zealand, Zoltz. Good morning. Unable to connect to Home Assistant error message. Uh-oh. Had me at Vegas. All right. Is anyone doing ISE in Amsterdam? Not yet. Not yet. Haven't gotten that far yet. So, all right. Let's get the sticker thing started here. Stickers. All right, 4 tracks. Yeah, are you in Vegas? Thomas. Time to throw the cube. Whoa. It works. It actually works. It's amazing. And I think there's a problem with, or been a change to the She Who Shall Not Be Named media player add-on that I haven't updated yet, but it's still been working. So stickers. What's today? 20 something? 24. Can't believe it's Thanksgiving. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. All right, it's live. Exclamation point, enter to get some stickers. Oh, that reminds me. Let's do this too. Let's do this. Watch this. I have, it's in the bot now. It's in the bot. I'll do it at the end. But I've tried to make it so I could get addresses easier and keep track of who I've sent to and stuff. So I made a Google form for the winners. So this time, because I feel like I'm only catching about maybe 75%. So people win, and then I say, send me your address. And if I don't get the address, I don't ever get to send them anything. So that's kind of lame. And I don't want to do that. So I just try to make it one step easier. Not everybody uses Discord. And so when I say send me your address in Discord, sometimes that takes several steps for people to get to. So I'm trying to make it easier. We're going to make it easier today. Dun, 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 dun. Tell me, let's see, what else are we going to get around our house this year? I'm going to try that beacon thing. Let's look and see if there's anything else on my list too. We talked about Hyperion with some friends. That's the LED matching thing. That would be cool. Oh, somebody asked about making a tree, a mega tree with wLED. And so I've been thinking about that. I don't know if that's going to be a good solution. You could, I might try it just to see how well it would work, but I don't know if it'll work very well. You would have to either have a different, I guess you could do it by universes. You could say so many pixels in a universe, and then so many more in another one, and then so many more in another one. So it could run off of one node MCU up to, what's the limit, 100 and something? So I can make a short one maybe. I might try it. Smash that like button, guys. Thank you, Father Time. So anyways, that's something to think about. So if somebody was going to make a recap on this stream, what in the world? We talked about so many things. We talked about Black Friday. We started with ZemiSmart. Ragback. Ragback. That's awesome. Carlos Schreiber. Are you in the chat there? Where are you at, my friend? It's going to be funny to see when you guys see what happens at the end here. Megatree needs X lights for Falcon Player of lore. Can you do it, do you think, though? It needs X lights. Can you do it just using basically ES Pixel Stick, Dale? Can you do it using the wLED with E131 instead of a Falcon Player? Now, can you make a Megatree without a Falcon Player? I guess is the question. And that's, I don't know. Do you need, if you need 16 node MCUs, that probably wouldn't be a very good idea. If you could split up the universes on one MCU, maybe. And then you might have to run so you'd have to start wherever you start, the top or the bottom, and then you'd have to run some wires back down and to go back up again so that it would be sequential, right? It would be hard. No, I didn't throw the cube. Once I throw the cube, the kids come running. So I just want to make sure we were actually clear on that. Megatree should work. All right, we'll give it a try. Okay, let's do it. Throw the cube. It worked. X-Lights can create a Megatree from one large string of pixels. So Sanders, it goes down and up, and X-Lights will do that if it goes down and up. Because if that's the case, any advice on wiping a node MCU? Mexico Matt, if you go to ESP Easy and you grab their Mega Zip, I know that inside there is a blank 4 megabyte bin file. So usually if you just reflash it with something else, it will erase everything anyways. But I know that there is a blank 4 megabyte zip bin file in the ESP Easy zip, ESP Easy mega zip file. So you can go there. Down and up. Okay, then if that's the case, Sandra, then I have no doubt that we can do it. You just have to, just do it with less than 500 or 600 LEDs. All right, it's on. It is on. Okay. Any help understanding what I need to do when it says add-on is not available on your system? Try to install the VS Code. You're trying to install the VS Code and it's not available. Update. Make sure you're up to date on everything. Frank might be here to have any more ideas. Look in the logs. If is that what it's saying in the log below when you try and start the add-on? Usually, though, it's going to have to do something to do with. It could also be what. Are you running HAS.io? Are you running on a Pi? Are you running in a virtual machine? Are you running on Docker? Some of those things might change it. Maybe. I don't know about that for sure. VS Code is only available on AMD 64 Intel, so it won't work on a Pi. There you go. There you go. See? Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. All right. Are we ready to pick some winners, my kiddos? Did it say somebody's name? Oh, has it been long enough? It should have said it already. It hasn't been a minute. Oh, man. Zach is so tall. Looks like you're here for sign-off. Hey, Shane. Yep, Shane's here for sign-off. Zach hasn't done it in forever. Zach. Because I'm never home. Yeah. Let's go here and see how we're doing on entries. We should have a ton. Woo, 127. 127. Asking to be confirmed in the notifications. Oh, good. Thank you, Seamus, for helping. I just see that you guys are having a chat about something. Stealing my brewski. You're welcome, Carlo. Oh, now I recognize your picture. Have we been chatting somewhere else? Have you been messaging me somewhere else? Maybe in Facebook or something. We were chatting. Feels like. Recognize the picture. That's how we build our strong immune systems around here. We just share. Anyone tell me what the cube is? The cube, Mr. Fixer, is the Xiaomi Magic Cube. Xiaomi Magic Cube. It is awesome. Glasses. All right. I didn't hear anybody, so let's have Zach do one. Okay. So Zach's gonna push the bell or push this thing here. New subscriber, Ma. I'd love to see how the GPIOs with HAS.io. Can you show us, please? Thanks. Sorry, your Polish friend. Hello, Polish friend. We're about to sign off. How to use GPIOs with HAS.io. Do you want to use the GPIOs on the Pi? There used to be an add-on or a component or something for that. I don't know much about it. I have a friend that has done it, but I don't know much else about it. All right. Sorry for right now. I can't help you, but we will soon. We'll think about it. Go hit this drum, Zachy, please. And here we go. And the winner is Free 3D2.
We're making
Free 3D2.
We're making cake.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Because we're making cake.
You're making cake?
Yeah.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh. For dinner?
No, for dessert.
For dessert. Awesome. Okay. Who's going to do it again?
When they're doing this, like, probably if they're
do you
watching the
guys
video,
agree?
like,
Do you guys agree? We're not going to argue about whose turn to pick?
Grace. No, wait. Grace did it last time. Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
Or Dawson.
Okay.
Mama.
Ow. Thank you for taking care of me. Joe 2 wins. Now, here's the trick, fellas. Here's the trick. Watch this. You're going to love this, and I'm probably going to regret it. Exclamation point cake. I'm putting in winner. I'm putting in this command. Actually, I think I'm the only one that can do it. So maybe it's going to be okay. But anyways, there's going to be a link to a Google form that will say, Carlos Shriver wins. He did win? Is that really? Anyways, and I will end the giveaway. So it should pop up. There it is. There it is. Mailing address form of sticker winners. That's bad English. I should fix that. Anyways, go to that form, you winners, and put your Roman Crick subscription. What keeps happening? What keeps happening? Why does it keep saying more people are winning?
Maybe they're pressing I winner.
Well, anyways, go to the form and put your address in, and then I'm going to go off of the names that showed up here.
Dad, you should press N.
That's what it says. Why does it say free? That's not what it says up here, though. Something's wrong with the winners. That's crazy.
You should have done it.
Well, Carlo asked to win, and he won. That's weird. That's great. So see here, it says, wait, how does it pick? Why is it picking so many? It only shows me that there's 2 over here. And here it shows Tate
4.
Brumfield. Oh, no, that's entered into the giveaway. That's entered into the giveaway. Okay, but it says Joe 2 won.
Then it says Carlos 5.
Who's 3 to... Here, it says this guy won. Free 3D 2 says you won. And it says Joe 2 won. And then it says Carlo won. And then it says... Everybody gets stickers. Christmas is early. Well, the winter thing, all that's going to do, I don't know if it's going to let anybody do anything, but, and now the winner is Mark Jennings, subscription status private. What is happening? Nightbot's doing something too. Oh, you know what? I think when you do exclamation point winner, that is, Nightbot has a different one for it. Okay, well, exclamation point winner was a bad idea. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I'll tell you what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen, guys. That form, that Google form, lets you put your address in. If your address ends up in that form, we're going to send you stickers. So hit it up. Merry Christmas. All right. Everybody wins today. Everybody wins. We set a new record on the number of viewers on the stream. Did you see that? No. We were like 360. We've been over 300 for hours. So everybody go to that form. And if I'll put it again in here again. And chicken dinner, winner, chicken dinner. So there you go. The Google form will pop up again, and it will let everybody enter their addresses, and then I'll start sending stickers. All right, how do we want to sign off? Yes, dear.
A sassy girl.
Sign up like a sassy girl. What else should we do? So I think we should sign up like Santa, since Santa Claus just gave stickers to everybody.
Gave like $10 worth of stickers to everybody.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, we're gonna ho our sign off. Ready? As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Happy Sunday, everybody. I got a new kid. Yeah. I got Mrs. Z's and Big Zach back there. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Probably won't stream next week.
Yeah, because
Adios.
we're not here.
We won't be here.